welcome to episode 17 of the Full-Time Banter Show. My name is Liam.
And I'm Tarek.
And we are bereft. We are down a member tonight. Originally it was supposed to be me, but sadly, Riz.
Yeah, work again, priorities, Riz, eh? Never mind, we'll carry on.
But what a guy though, what a guy. I hope he gets a Christmas bonus.
Hope he does, yeah, for all the overtime he's doing.
Oh, bless you. We miss you, mate, and we hope to see you back next week.
Hopefully.
So, Tarek, what have we got lined up this week then?
Well, this week, before I tell you what's going on, let's not forget, just because Riz isn't here, no excuses, like, share and subscribe, press the little bell so you get notifications when the new videos come out. And follow us on Twitter, it's really good, at Full-Time Banter 7. We have some good chat and some good banter like we were earlier this evening actually. Good chat and some good points raised as well. But what have we got coming up? Well, first of all, review of game week 10, which was a bit atrocious.
Pretty much.
Bit of a bummer for a lot of people out there, unless you were lucky enough to have a Wilson et al. Rescued it for you. Then we'll be discussing briefly, is it time to drop MADDISON, RICHARLISON and MITROVIC? I know I'm looking at one of those three to go. And then look at some low-cost differentials, which the bandwagon is already starting, according to Twitter. We're looking at Barkley, Brooks from Portsmouth. Not Portsmouth, Bournemouth. Brooks from Bournemouth. And Martial, who we said we tipped up last week.
We did.
Said we'd keep an eye on him, and he came through, he did alright. So looking at those three, and talking about the bandwagon, Barkley's already gone up 0.1 yesterday, so we'll have to get quick on that. And that's the main points tonight, but we've got somebody in touch off Twitter as well, our friend Miguel. Yeah, so some good points he raises as well. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with our Full-Time Banter Top 10. Take it away, Pop Pickers.
Cheers, mates. Right, so the old top 10 here in the Full-Time Banter League. At number 10, a lot of movement this week, is Joe Gallagher and Triple X on 634. Then there's a bit of a log jam from 9 to 6. Jack Kendall, what happened there? Jack Kendall and Tiny Terriers on 637 in 9th. 1 point ahead, 638. Adam Omar, Metamorphosis Plus. 1 point ahead, 639. Mighty Reds Wannabes, Andrew Mercer. 1 point ahead in 6 is Gulshan Jane. You talking to me on 640 points. But at number 5, had a bit of a slide this week, but he's still in there. Tarek Nazir and the False 9 on 647. Toss My Salah, Omar Haluda at number 4 with 657. Giroud Sandstorm. I'm not going to pronounce that name. Avius or Aer Lingus, the good old Irish airline, at 672. Silver medal position this week, Shomi Delone, Chris Hay, and at 674, just 2 points ahead there. And at number 1 again, mate, I'm getting fed up with this, I'm not going to lie, Santosh Kanake, Gunning San, with 711, the good old American convenience store.
7-Eleven.
Bit of an inconvenience him being up there, mate.
Most definitely, yes. Santosh Kanake trying to catch you. I made some points on him last week, and then he's made those few points back this week. But yeah, bit of a shocker. I mean, some people, 80s and 90s, incredibly.
Yeah, I don't know how they've done that with the players that didn't play or didn't do anything.
Yeah, so I mean, let's go through this week what happened. It was an absolute nightmare. I think it's signified the importance of having a playing bench, as in players on your bench who do start matches and play, and thus can come on for you in the event of an absence. But we didn't have an absence. No,
it was like being in school and there was a sickness, shitty diarrhea bug that wiped out half the class.
Yeah, no Robertson, no Arnautovic, no Hazard. The main ones, the big boys. Yeah, I mean Hazard was a big loss. I think the majority of people on Twitter were of the feeling, likewise similarly myself, that he was going to play and that his back strain was a Europa League injury. Well, that's what we were hoping, but no such luck.
That would fit in with the normal thing of the first match, but
I mean, he's rested tonight alongside Alonso.
Right.
Carabao Cup is live as we're going on. Chelsea are leading Frank Lampard's Derby County 2-1. Alonso and Hazard are rested, so hopefully promising. And Sarri's quote saying that he should be ready for the weekend as well. Yeah, that's good. And Robertson just rested. And we had Calamity Jane come on for us instead. Alberto Moreno, headless chicken. So yeah, we ended up conceding. And the other one, Arnautovic, he was feeling unwell, a little bit under the weather.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, so
Bless
he
him.
is back on the bench for West Ham today, who are currently losing 1-0 to Spurs. Spurs are starting with Eriksen and Ali, but Kane, would you believe it, is rested.
Right.
Yeah, for the first time in about 4 years.
I was going to say, yeah, it's like Sanchez, didn't he? Sanchez had a run of about 10 years where there was Copa Americas every other year and World Cups.
And now he's finally had a rest. He's absolutely awful.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Can't get back on the pitch.
Well,
but
hopefully Kane takes the most of it then.
Yeah, so it should make for an interesting...
Get an early night, Harry, get an early night.
Should make it for an interesting game week 11. We'll look forward to that. But let's carry on with our full-time banter league, our lowest and highest scorers. I'm going to let you do the lowest scorer this week.
Yeah, cheers, pal. So the lowest scorer this week was ABCDEFC.
Very clever.
Tripped me up, that. And a brilliant name, Frankie Buckler. Brilliant name as well.
Should have gone with that, to be quite frank.
The Buckler boys. Yeah, and again, I think how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players on 0. So that's, I mean, to be honest, the defence, there's nothing in the defence to be bringing points in anyway, but completely wiped out 1s and 2s and 0s across the board. If it wasn't for Sigurdsson and Kepa, would not have done a lot.
All the 2s up front, yeah. And 104th out of 108 in the league, 436 points.
I always forget that bit. I always forget that bit.
Yes. And I was looking into it because I thought it might be another one of those ghost ships just drifting along. But no, Frankie does actually make transfers. God knows who he brings in and out, because that team is absolutely awful. Absolutely shocking. Schlupp. Yeah, and Kepa, and I mean his bench as well. Bednarak. That was from last season. Carlos Sanchez, who does he play for? No idea.
They were sponsored by Betway. Is it West Ham?
It might be. I don't know.
Shaleto, yeah.
Shaleto, yeah. So absolutely awful, Frankie Buckler. Keep it up. Keep going, mate.
Yeah, defence, mate. Get the defence.
Maybe watch some videos, get some tips on who to get in. Right, highest points earner of the week is my friend Wasim Mahmood. You've met him as well. And he was over the moon. He's absolutely chuffed. Was, hopefully you're watching. He said he's going to tune in, especially to this show.
Our viewership's going up by double.
95 points. 95. Absolutely outstanding in a week where I think everyone was pretty much split 50-50. And I think it came down to, as you can see, he had Captain Salah and he had Mane. I think he got rid of Hazard quite cleverly.
Ooh.
Defence came in for him apart from Doherty. He's got Edison, set and forget, and Wilson. That's the other crucial differential for people.
Yeah, there was a couple of players this week that really flipped it on the head for a lot of teams when I've gone through and seen who's got the highest and that.
So I think that was a difference for a lot, so well done. And he even had Isaac Success on the bench. Second on the bench, unfortunately, but he could have got an extra. If he'd possibly got him in for somebody, maybe Doherty or even Aguero, that would have been rare, but could have been even high, could have brought the 100-point mark. So it was all good, keep it up. Mate. And he's doing well. He's 26th in the full-time Banter League, which is very respectable. I think it's higher than Riz, that.
It is,
and 597 points overall, so not bad going at all.
That's nice.
Give us, shall I do, I'll quickly mention Riz's, obviously he's not here, and then you can do yours and do mine. Riz got, of the three of us, we kind of got similar points, but I think Riz got the highest of the three of us. Yes, he did. Riz, sly old fox, getting in there, 64 points. Not so good with Alisson. Sorry, Riz, that was Moreno's fault. All Moreno. Alisson was fuming afterwards, apparently. He was absolutely raging.
Has he got himself in his own fantasy teams?
No, he's just saying, I've not conceded since bloody February, or Liverpool haven't. He's not conceded many since he's got here, and I know we were 16 or 18 minutes off the Liverpool record for clean sheets.
Wow.
Yes.
And when you think about the stereotypes of Liverpool in the 70s and 80s, the boring defence, and looking back, it wasn't as boring as it was made out to be, but the stereotypes of the defence always being set up really well. But the fact that you were going to beat it with
minutes to go. Thank you, Alberto Moreno. Can't wait for you to bloody leave, honestly. There's going to be a parade in Liverpool when Alberto Moreno leaves. But God knows why Barca want him, honestly. But But getting back to Riz, he did all right. You had the Mendy and Alonso. Robertson didn't play. Obviously, Hazard bench, perfect bench there. Look at that bench. Robbo,
That's a very strong bench.
Arnautovic and Mitrovic, who we're going to talk about, didn't do anything. Jimenez, Moutinho. I don't know why he still has Moutinho, but it's mainly Salah and Alonso and Mendy who did it for Riz. Got him 64 points, which ended up giving him, moved him down 2 places to 31st. Last week he moved up 2 places.
Yeah, he's taken over a nice spot of bouncing around that 30 mark.
Yeah, down luckily only 6k down to 376,000. So not the worst week for Riz. Still could have been a lot worse. But I've been noticing even people who've got up to 70s, listening to a lot of podcasts and looking on Twitter, even 70-point mark got your red arrows.
Yeah,
in a certain point bracket, yeah. Which is...
I think it might be one of them FWs.
I'm not saying it because it's not entirely a freak week. I will say, even though it's Halloween, it is not a freak week. Because as far as I define a freak week where the results completely turn on the head. So, the ones you expect to win lose. Yeah. Or somebody like, bloody 3rd spot starter scores a hat-trick or something like that. And so the team expected to win wins, but Milner scores 2 or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's freak week. But I think this is the first time in a while this has happened. We've had so many players rested, big players, crucial players. Anyway, on to Lingard Leviosa. Yeah, so again, I mean, you look at the bench as it was after the subs were made. I couldn't even tell you what my starting 11 was because there's been that many subs. But it's like looking at a bowl of spaghetti hoops or Cheerios. Yes, it is. Zeros.
So,
yes.
And even players like Højbjerg, I thought, oh, brilliant, Southampton have got a clean sheet and he's been playing.
He was injured.
Don't give a toss, put him on.
This is it. I'll tell you about when I get to my team.
Yeah.
It's even better.
So, I mean, and you look at Man, so I got 50 points this week. Captain in Salah got 30, so comfortably more than half my points for this week came from Salah, because you look at the rest, apart from Mendy, it's 1s and 2s and a whole lot of shit all. Including Nokia, who played for 9 fucking minutes.
Got himself a yellow.
Did he?
Did he?
No, he didn't. No, I don't think
What's
he
he
did.
got the 0 for? No conceding or...
Oh, shit house, he might have.
I think he did. I might be wrong.
So, yeah, so nothing there. I mean, if it wasn't for Salah, I mean, Hazard's been at my team 2 weeks and got 2 points.
Somebody else said that. I know.
It's so annoying. So,
he'll come good. Trust me, will come good.
No. But just a whole lot of shit all really. But thank God for Salah.
50, yeah. So I mean, it could have been worse. You could have captained Aguero. Can't remember what the fixtures were, but I think Salah was favourite. But
I'd have been about 37 then. That would have.
Yeah, but that left you. That's moved you down 8 points to.
Yeah, it's 54th and down 300k to 1.3 mil. So not the best.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, not the best, but hey.
Still time. We're only
long way to go.
A quarter of the way through the season. Yeah. My week marginally better than yours. 57 points. Again, across the back, I think just the difference being Alonso.
Yeah.
Alonso got the 11, came to the rescue, nicked a sneaky assist out of nowhere in the 94th minute, which is very dubious. On another day, if you don't have got that assist.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll take it.
Well, yeah, you will if he's getting 11 points.
Yeah. Salah, as usual. My bench was so bad, Hazard didn't even get removed to the bench. Stanislas, going to talk about him. Well, what a joker. Aguero, Mitrovic and Arnautovic didn't even get moved to the bench because, talking about my bench, you remember I recently wildcarded.
We both did.
After a lot of research, a lot of time spent looking at numbers and starters and best budget bench options, I brought in Obiang of West Ham and I brought in Pierre-Emile Højbjerg of Southampton. And then subsequently, the very next day, they got bloody injured. Yeah. So I had one player on my bench. Bennett came on for 2 points. And Fabianski sat there on the bench for 6 points. and that meant that I moved down one place to 5th, 647 points overall, and down 20k to 37k overall, which still good.
Still pretty damn good, mate, yeah.
But from where I was in 17k, I was hoping to nudge towards 10k, the impossible. See that I could have done that, but it's getting tough. But that's us.
Yeah. Just a brief on Tarek. Sorry, I'm thinking on Salah. We said we were going to give him 2 weeks to see if he proved himself.
Yeah.
Has he done that?
I think he has.
Are we keeping him?
For now.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah, because we'll talk about that now then in the next section. Yeah.
Yeah. It just popped in my head then as I was.
Right. Yeah. As you were just saying about Salah. Before I talk about Salah, just give you a quick update on the Carabao Cup. It's quite interesting actually. Arsenal 1-0 up against Blackpool. Should be doing better. Ramsey gets a start there. Chelsea 2-0 with Derby County.
Come on, Derby.
Yeah. Who was it? Arsenal, actually. To be fair, he's made 9 changes. 9 changes. I think there's only Mustafi and Guendouzi possibly who stayed.
Right.
Yeah, and apart from that, he's made 9 changes in there. West Ham still losing to Spurs 1-0 and Borough Palace. The exciting game, 0-0. Yeah, typical Borough. But anyway, yeah, you were saying about Salah. We were talking about getting rid of him. We gave him a little slight reprise, see how he does. And granted, it was only Cardiff at home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he's looking sharp. He's looking good.
Well, it's all about confidence, I think. You know, if he's had a good couple of weeks against the lesser teams, that should stand him in better stead, in theory, for the harder teams. And Liverpool do tend to raise the game.
True.
Or perform better against the bigger teams. So I'm not too worried about him at the minute.
Yeah. One thing I will throw out, which I've been considering as well, is Mane. Mane's back in the goals as well.
Yeah.
And he's a bit more of the selfish player. So, I mean, what did he get? Mane got a similar score.
Got 15.
Also got 15.
Same, yeah.
Right, so if Mane continues his form and matches Salah, we don't need Salah.
We don't, and it frees up Spondulics.
At least 2 million, 3 million possibly.
So, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, 2 point something. So that's something to bear in mind. Let's keep an eye on Mane as well now, see how he's doing. If he starts firing, if he matches Salah, then it's time for Salah to go. There's no need
a bit like last season with De Bruyne and Sterling. Wasn't it? Sterling was so much cheaper last season.
Yeah.
And he was matching De Bruyne point for point. Yeah. And we had a conversation over text and said, just get Sterling in. You're going to free up 2 million.
I think eventually towards the end we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Likewise with Aguero. Now, I was just thinking this today because I got a bit annoyed at his blank last week. He only got the 2 points, did nothing. But if you look at his stats for the 60 minutes, I think he played 70, close to 70 this week before getting hooked. In that 70 minutes, he's doing as much as Hazard and Salah and whoever else. So that's why he's still in there, he's ticking over. But I had a bit of a crazy thought. I don't know how crazy this is. It was crazy to me. I'm thinking of getting rid of Aguero for Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Because Aubameyang, he's got the Midas touch on. I don't know what he's got. He's got some magic boots because he's scoring off every shot, essentially. His shots and stats are nowhere near there.
Yeah, I think I saw he's only had like 6 shots and scored with all 6 of them or something.
Something stupid like that. So it's 2 million cheaper. So imagine that. Salah down for Mane and Aguero down for Aubameyang. That's like 4 million in your pocket.
You would not have said this at the start of the season, would you? If you'd have predicted this, I'd have said you were off your tits.
I know. Yeah. Well, we might just be reaching that stage. Yeah, so...
Well, it's been one of them weeks. Looks like I chose the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, as they say in Airplane.
Yes. But anyway, think about that. We're going to keep an eye, or I will, on Aubameyang and on Mane. While we're talking about players to drop, the 3 that I'm looking at, Maddison, Richarlison, Mitrovic. In all fairness, I don't have Maddison and Richarlison. I've never had them so far this season. I had Fraser, got rid of him. I had him for that spell where he did nothing. Yeah, and I got rid of him.
Piss-taking little...
Yeah, so, Matt, you've got Maddison. What are your thoughts on him?
I've got Maddison and Mitrovic. I got both. Maddison, yeah, I was a bit... I was a bit late to the party with Riz. Not with Riz, we didn't go to a do and leave you out there, not, you know. In that time, he's not really fulfilled what he was showing early doors.
Yeah.
I think in the last 3 weeks, he's got 2 points in each game week. But saying that, Leicester's fixtures that are coming up, the next, I think, 7 or 8 game weeks are all 2s and 3s. There's not a 4 or 5 for another 8 game weeks. So there's that worry. I know he's only got 2 points, but the potential is there for Leicester to do well.
Yeah, true. I mean, while we're on that point, I'm going to read out the message we got because it links into Leicester as well. So remind me to come back to this point in case I forget. So our friend Miguel got in touch via Twitter at FulltimeBanter7. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on there. Miguel, how are you doing? You alright? Long time no speak. He says, "Hi lads, how are you?" Very well.
Shit.
How will Leicester play?
He asked.
How will Leicester players be affected by recent events? Is it worth keeping their players? I mean, firstly, condolences to everybody involved with Leicester City. Quite shocking that. It was apart from all of this, quite a shocking Saturday, strange Saturday with some goings on.
Yeah.
I thought a strange, bizarre helicopter incident. I mean, I feel for those people involved and who witnessed it and everything, and heartfelt condolences to everybody involved with Leicester City. They are playing the fixture, they're keeping the fixture up this weekend.
Yes.
There was talk initially of that. And just as an aside as well, so it's not forgotten, there was a Brighton fan, an elderly gentleman who unfortunately passed away as well at the Brighton game. So yeah. So like I say, a bit of a strange weekend. But I mean, I think his point is saying and it's been spoken about on Twitter as well, is this going to be the making or the breaking of Leicester City now? And fixtures aside, they've got good fixtures, but it's obviously the mental and emotional side we're dealing with now.
Yeah, obviously. From what's been said, I don't think I've ever seen as much love and generosity and kind words for a chairman.
Yeah.
I know when people pass away, everyone always gets spoken well about when that happens, but even ex-managers, even Brian Clough would have a good word to say about him, I think, and Brian Clough was not a fan of chairman, but from the sounds of it, very charitable man, as well for the community. He would give money to hospitals,
university, giving away season tickets, free pies on match days, really enlivened the match day experience for Foxes.
So I mean, sometimes you get strength through adversity, don't you?
True, I think that's going to be the key, isn't it? They're going to remember the positives, aren't they? Because it's not just a tragedy. They can celebrate all the good things he's done. And I think it will, as we've seen, it's united everybody around Leicester, because I think after the title win and Claudio Ranieri, I think Leicester were kind of everybody's favourite second team.
Yeah.
Kind of the underdogs who won the league. And, as a Liverpool fan, I'm extremely jealous, but kudos.
Well, just on a similar tangent, I think, 58, the Munich air disaster for United.
Yes.
Pretty sure we got to the FA Cup final that year.
Right.
And we lost, because I think, forgive me if I am wrong, this just come to my head then. I'm pretty sure we got to the final that year. And it was a bit of it'd be great if they won it, but unfortunately they didn't. No. So it just shows these kind of things can pull the club together. And
hopefully that is the case, and hopefully the experienced players. I know it particularly hit Schmeichel.
Vardy as well.
Vardy, very upset. So hopefully they can rally around and look after the younger players like the likes of MADDISON and the rest of them. But I mean, going back to his game, I've always said we've had this to and from with Riz, light-hearted, but the stats are saying.
You're not happy with his stats, are you?
I'm not, and I don't want to be obsessed with stats. I watch him, the eye test, he passes it, he has a great game. He's a fantastic talent, and I'm excited for England as well. I mean, so fair dues to MADDISON and all the best to him, but FPL-wise, he's just not doing it.
No, especially since I got him in as well, basically. He's just... like Fraser with you.
He's got the knack.
Yeah. Not my Sharona, but so I mean, I don't know. What would your thoughts be? Would you give him another couple of weeks just to see? Well,
interesting you asked that. I'm going to come back to that on our next point, but I'm going to quickly talk about RICHARLISON and Mitrovic. Mitrovic is easy. He's got Huddersfield next.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do anything against Huddersfield, in fact, even if he scores a hat-trick against Huddersfield, he's going out straight after that.
I feel so sorry for Huddersfield, because at the minute we seem to be getting to these game weeks and then going, they might drop them. They've got Huddersfield in 2 weeks though. If he fucking bangs him in against Huddersfield, it'd be alright.
In Huddersfield's defence, the last 2 games I've watched, they've actually done better. Defended marginally better. Yeah, defence is still their Achilles heel, but they actually created some chances. So they're creating chances up against Fulham's defence. I actually put Huddersfield as favourites, but I would hope that Mitrovic would be able to just get a shot on target, because he's not got a shot on target in the last 2 games.
No, and again, I think since I brought him in, he's decided to do that. Get a 50 pence foot.
Yes.
That game is going to be interesting though, because Fulham, worst defence in the league versus Huddersfield, worst attack in the league.
Yeah. And
it's Monday Night Football, so fill 4 hours of that, Karud and
Exciting, yeah, look forward to that. But anyway, Mitrovic is going for me next week.
I think he said, like you said, give him the game against Huddersfield, and
I already know I'm going to be going for success, because I've got a new strategy I'm going to explain to you. Richarlison is the strange one now, because he's actually just pulled it back. He's actually looking a little bit better in that striker position. Looks like he's
surprised me that when I saw it at the weekend. I was like, how's he doing up there?
Yeah, he looks like he's slowly learning it. And as I said last week, I can't remember if I said it in the video or if I said it on Twitter, away from home, where he's got a bit more room and space, he's looking better. But at home, where opposition defences are sitting a little deeper, he's having to play with back to goal, which is completely different. You can't do it. He barely got anything, any scraps at all. So if I had him, I would be getting rid of him.
No, I was going to say the same thing, because I was having a look at his stats. I think in the last 3 game weeks he's got 7, 3 and 5. So what's that working at? 15, so an average of 5 points every game week for the last 3 game weeks. So it's not the best of form, but it's better form than most. So I would...
well...
We need Rizzy as well, because we just both agreed on stuff.
We do, because your other options in that spot are the likes of Fraser or Maddison, round about that price.
Yeah.
If you can push a little bit harder, Sigurdsson is still banging out those shots and creating chances.
He's doing all right, isn't he? I was surprised by that.
And he got a return again this week against United. So that's our thoughts on there. Maddison, personally, I'd get rid. Mitrovic, most definitely after this game week, even if this game week it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And Richarlison, I think he's a maybe at the moment for a lot of people who've still got him. If you haven't, I wouldn't get him in.
No, I think if you've got him, there's no point getting rid at the minute unless you've got some sort of long-term strategy. But I agree with you totally there.
Moving back to your point of, if you got rid of Maddison, who would you get in?
Yeah.
Well, here's my top tips that we've been looking at, we've been discussing.
Derek's top tips.
Oh yeah. First one, Ross Barkley, formerly of Everton fame.
Yes.
He's doing it for Chelsea. He's actually been rested again tonight, which points to
the inclusion on
Saturday or Sunday or whatever it is. So I'm getting him in. That's my transfer. I've got 2 free transfers. I'm going to be using just that one this week for Stanislas, my spectacular fail. Just not doing it. Didn't come into the team and pick up where he left off 18 months ago, I was hoping. Maybe it was wishful thinking, I don't know. But Stanislas to Barkley, who's 5.8. I stand corrected. He is.
Said the man in the orthopaedic shoes.
Yes, it's 5.8. He was 5.7 then, and he went up yesterday to 5.8. Still cheaper, because Stanislas was at 6, so I think Stanislas was 6. Let's assume he is. I can afford him anyway.
Yeah.
I can afford Barkley. The other one is Brooks. I mean, before I move on, actually, Barkley's stats for his last game against Burnley, got them down here. Obviously playing a different position to Martial, who we're also going to talk about as well. But Brooks and Barkley, similar midfield positions. Barkley, 107 touches throughout the game against Burnley. 96 passes, of which there was a 95% pass accuracy. 4 chances created, 3 shots, 2 assists, and 1 goal.
You cannot really argue with those numbers, can you?
No.
I think he's on 36 points for the last 3 weeks as well.
He's up there, when you look at,
So, in terms of being in form at the minute, I would say he's banging form.
44 points so far in total, and Maddison has 46. So, Yeah, so I'd say, and Maddison's, you've got them few early ones, them lucky ones and fluky ones. So I think, yeah, Barkley's the way to go. He might not play every game.
I think he's had minutes though. Look, every league game that I won, I think he's had minutes.
He has, and some people are still worried about him not having regular appearances and things. But
I would say though that going off the last month or so, he's played himself into the team.
Definitely.
So if you're worried at the minute about him not playing, well, for the next month, I don't think there's any danger of him not playing.
Ahead of Kovacic, I'd rather have him ahead of Kovacic anyway. Yeah. But anyway, the second one, Brooks.
Yeah, you said I've not got a clue about Brooks. The only Brooks I knew was the old guy from Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
That kills himself when he gets out.
Was that Brooks? Oh, Red was...
No, Red was Morgan Freeman.
Brooks, poor fella, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one I could think of, and I was like, oh shit.
Not Brookie. Anyway, Brooks, yeah, young 21-year-old English player. They bought him in this season, I think. I can't remember where they bought him from. I don't think he's an academy product. But doing very well, getting on the end of things. I wasn't able to find his stats and things like that. Yeah, but he's doing very well. He's in the thick of it, in a very good team. And people are actually talking about getting rid of Bournemouth assets this week because they're up against United. I would say they're going to get it. They're going to get something out United.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I was trying to defend United, but God knows.
Most definitely, because I mean Everton have shown it. Everton managed to get something there.
That was an annoyance.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth was as well. And looking at some stats on United just before we started this evening, they're conceding a ridiculous amount of chances down their right side, which is Fraser's left. Yeah, so down the right side is your weakest. I can't remember the exact number, but centre was 18 chances conceded and left side was 22 and the right side was a lot more.
A million.
A lot more. I can't remember the exact figure. It was a lot more. So you're weak down that right side. So Fraser may exploit that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't get rid of your Bournemouth assets, I say. I get rid of Stanislas.
United shore up the right side of defence by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Moves us quite neatly on to Martial.
Yeah, Tony Marshall.
Who's caught my eye. I mean, what you being a United fan?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, last week you were saying you were already looking at maybe bringing him in, and then he's done the business again this week. God knows where it's come from. I can't say it's through him being pissed off, because surely he would have been, if he was pissed off, he'd have been doing this a month ago when he was really pissed off. Maybe he's found some sort of a bit like Magneto in the First Class X-Men film. He finds some peace between anger and happiness. Maybe he's found that, and Professor X has unlocked it.
Has he gone the Hulk approach? I'm always angry. He's always angry. He's just going to play through it.
But God knows. I mean, to be honest, he's doing better than Lukaku at the minute. I mean, Lukaku can fucking do one.
Can't hit a banjo. Proverbial banjo.
Can't hit his ass with a banjo. I can't stand players. When they were playing Juventus, and Lukaku was not so much fluttering eyes, but going, "Oh, they're a very good team. They've got Ronaldo," and making some overtures. I'm sorry, mate, if you're starting to do that, jog on.
The only place I could see him going, forget Juventus, is like Crystal Palace. He's a Benteke replacement. That's what he is.
Well, going on the builds and everything. So Martial at the minute, looking on fire. Like you said, the eye test certainly seems to have the bit between his teeth. Had a very good couple of game weeks. Whether I would bring him in yet? I mean, he's gone up to 7.4, so he's gone up already.
Has he?
Yeah.
He's not 7.3 anymore.
No, I noticed that.
I couldn't afford him anyway, but
so he's gone up already. So unless you want to hang on, but with Mourinho and United at the minute, very stop-start. You don't know what you're going to get. They could easily go off the boil again pretty quickly. So
they're always going to score goals, though.
I would say so. Yeah, and at the minute he does seem to be the best source of getting their goals. So
because it's obviously defence is the problem this season. 33 goals conceded. I don't know if that's all competitions. Yeah,
that's got to be all competitions.
That's wrong. Unless I've got my figures. Not good with numbers. Bear that in mind. I'm not good with numbers. I know where I saw that. Kind of an irrelevant fact, and this is where I'm slightly embarrassed by some of this Liverpool information flying around. Since Van Dijk joined Liverpool, United have conceded 33 goals. Yeah, so so completely irrelevant piece of information. Yeah.
Why is that a stat? Why, as if Van Dijk's arrival in Merseyside made United...
It's the second coming, yes. First one was Alisson. Yeah. But anyway, forget I said that. Your defence is shocking.
Yeah,
but you'll always score goals.
Yeah, pretty sure. Well, that's always been the United way, hasn't it? We will score more than you, which... And Mourinho's flipping on the old one.
Yeah, and Martial, I mean, he's had 3 games now, including the Champions League game. So he's shown he's still got it and he can do it. He just needs a hug. Because the funny thing was, Mourinho's quotes after that game, this weekend's game gone, what he was suggesting was, he was saying, along the lines, I'm paraphrasing that, he knows what to do now. He's worked it out. He's finally understood. He knows he has to work for the team, and it's about the team result. And even if he doesn't score or assist, it's about the performance for the team unit. Blah blah blah. Basically, getting at that. He wasn't grafting. He wasn't working hard enough before, and now he's following my instructions. That's why I'm playing him. But I didn't see that in his game.
No, I mean
he wasn't tracking back, and
I don't think there's any winger that tracks back nowadays, is there?
No, because especially not in a 4-3-3. Well, I mean, Liverpool are starting to do it. They're playing a different style, but I didn't see Martial do it in that game.
No.
So, yeah, a load of codswallop, Jose. It's just convenient that you've fixed one striker and the other one's completely crocked.
Yeah.
So.
And Rashford's just knocking around
at the moment. Not doing it, Rashford, for me. He's not developing.
This is the worry. That I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but when you spend the money on the big players, they have to play to justify the wage, don't they? I don't see why we can't play 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Well, there's no proper wingers nowadays, so that's probably why. But yeah, put 2 of them up top.
I don't know. I think you'd easily get overwhelmed in midfield. Who's your midfield then? Matic and who?
Fellaini. Ahead of Pogba.
Really? Actually, that's a point. You've got Pogba. Yeah, Pogba. Here's a point. He's getting better,
He is, yeah. He is merging the brilliant with the shocking, isn't he?
Yeah.
He does one thing and you go,
the ridiculous.
One thing is amazing, and the next thing is.
I mean, I saw a while back, a few weeks ago when we were doing this, a stat that actually showed that during his time at United, his stats and his productivity is actually better than what it was at Juventus, which seems bizarre. And
was he just coasting then at Juventus?
Possibly. I mean, he had better players around him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you did a bloody midfield 3 with Pirlo behind you.
And Vidal, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, he had better players around him, arguably. But again, it just all points back to Jose. He's the crux of the problem. And even, imagine you had a manager who the likes of Klopp or Pep or whatever, or, if you don't like those names, I want to say Bobby Robson or Harry Redknapp, to put his arm around them and G them up. The likes of Martial and Pogba would be lighting it up.
Yeah, but I don't think that's his way, is it?
It's very much stick, isn't he?
It is
rather than carrot.
A lot of stick.
No, you've got to learn, Jose. Yeah, learner styles and personality types. Yeah, it's not. You can't be just your way or the highway. Adapt or die, Jose. And looks like he's slowly dying. Just quickly going back to Martial. His stats for the game against Everton. 13 passes in the final third. Yeah, decent. 4 chances created, same as Ross Barkley. 3 dribbles, successful dribbles attempted, which is good. I mean, these are stats more concerned with forwards rather than midfielders like Barkley and Brooks. But that said, he had 3 shots, same number as Barkley. He won the penalty and he scored a goal. Same as Ross Barkley. So
again, in very good form at the minute. People do seem to be jumping on him, hence the price rise for both of them.
Yeah.
Who you want? I would say probably depends on fixtures.
And your budget.
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea's fixtures are good. I think they've only got the odd game here and there. I don't know what's happening with my internet here. They've only got the odd game here and there where it's a tough fixture. But apart from that, Chelsea are the form team as well.
Yeah, definitely. And pricing wise, probably does make more sense to bring Barkley in at the minute. I would.
Yeah, depending on your budget. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've not really researched Brooks until Tarek mentioned him. I've not heard his name, to be honest. But if you're going off those three, unless you want a bit of Brooks, I would be going for Mr. Ross.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's going to put off people for Martial is United's current state and their form and their leakiness. But those shrewd people who got on him this week have benefited. He's doing well. So it's worth a punt, I'd say, at that price, especially if you're looking to get rid of, you're one of those people looking to get rid of Bournemouth assets ahead of the United game. There's your perfect alternative. So those are the three we're tipping. Ross Barkley, who I will be getting in. Brooks, who a few people on our league already have in, and we got some. I think he got 8 points this week, so he's doing it. And Martial, also 6 or 8 points. I can't remember. Yeah, would have been similar. So did somebody have him? No, they haven't. Not on here.
No,
not sure. No. There was going to be something else I was going to mention. I can't remember. It slipped my mind now since we had a bit of time. Yes, the changing of the formation slightly, because I looked at somebody put up on Twitter about form and points earned per position. Defenders, midfielders, forwards, and forwards are just not giving the returns.
Even at the start of the season, before a ball had been kicked, this was the
death of the third striker, which quickly subsided. People reverted to the norm, as it were. 3-4-3 is the most popular formation again. Still, a few people, shrewd people in the top 1,000, things like that, are playing with two strikers. They're either playing a 4-4-2 or a variation, but essentially two strikers up front, which is what I'm thinking now. Because as I say, I'm going to be, after this week, get rid of MITROVIC for Success, who is doing well for Watford. I mean, Watford it's hard to gauge them at the moment, whether they are good defensively, they are good attacking wise, but they're ticking over. And they're, they've got assets all around the 4.5 mark, maybe even cheaper. I think they've got a couple at 4.3 as well. So there's another area to look at. Yeah,
and especially at this stage with price rises and stuff, it's good to be. We all jumped on Wolves recently, didn't we? And probably pumped their prices up. So you need to keep your eye out for these teams that, like the next team that's having a good.
Just on the right. I mean, that said, I think Wolves will come back. They were unlucky.
I mean, I have no reason to get rid of Bennett or Doherty at the prices that they are.
Brighton had one shot on target, I think, and scored with it. And Doherty alone, God knows how many shots he had. He was playing as a striker, not as a fullback. So very unlucky Wolves. I think they'll come back in it. But Watford want to look at some cheap defenders, cheap strikers. So as I was saying, getting back to the point, Mitrovic will be going for Success, who primarily will be for my bench, but may occasionally play him. So that'll, I'll be playing more defenders or more midfielders. And so that's where I'm going to look to bolster, is possibly the midfield. And like we've said, those points, food for thought. Aguero out for Aubameyang, possibly, who's cheaper. And Salah out for Mane, possibly. Things to look forward to.
Yeah, and saving money.
Saving money is always good. We're very thrifty.
in this age of austerity.
Yes, yeah. Any other points you wanted to mention?
No. I think my plans for the week, Mitrovic has this week, and then I think Murray will be being brought in. Because I was on about Murray last week, and then Tarek said, he always scores at home, and then he scored at home. So that was a bit of a kick in the nads. So Murray will be coming in. Knockout, done nothing in the 2 weeks I've had him. So I think on the money that I save from Mitrovic to Murray, I think I've got the funds to bring in Barkley.
Right
there. So
I mean,
I don't know. I'm gonna waste a transfer though, because I've got 2 free.
No, it'll roll over, won't it? It'll roll over to next week.
I like to use them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a waste, isn't it?
I'd be wary, you know, because here's another thing to bear in mind. Looking at a few games ahead, we've got international break coming up.
Yes.
And also, we've obviously Carabao Cup on tonight and tomorrow. Potential for injuries. Next week, Champions League again. Potential for injuries. So what I'm getting at is keep 2 transfers for the international break.
Yes. Don't burn them the week before.
No.
Because you can just have one and keep rolling it over.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So even if whatever you've got now, whether you've got 1 or 2, think about having, after next week, think about having 2 free transfers so you can make any changes, any amends, any repairs post international break. Yeah.
He's good to you, he's good to you.
I try, you know, put in the hours on Twitter. It's hard work, somebody's got to do it.
Dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah. We've got a few minutes left. Shall we touch briefly on Miguel's point? He had one last one about who do you think will be the next Real Madrid manager?
Who are the options? It's
Martinez,
Pochettino.
Well, there's. I'm hearing 2 things. I'm hearing from the reason it concerns us maybe is because from this side of the channel, there were whisperings of Mourinho. They want Mourinho to come back in and crack the whip. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if they're just having a laugh or what.
But today they said, was it Ramos came out the other day and said, we don't want Conte. You've got to earn respect. You can't just come in and demand it. So
I don't even want to hear his name. I despise that man.
So bless you. So, but if they don't want Conte for that reason of he cracks the whip and he's harsh, I can't see why they'd want Mourinho. Unless, mind you, a lot of them played under him before.
Yeah.
So a few of them have, so if they know what he's like, better the devil you know.
Famous eye poke.
Yeah.
That's where he lost it, I believe, and somebody else has said as well.
I think
this is where he lost his mojo.
The cheese slid off the cracker,
yeah,
as it were.
But yeah, there's also whisperings of Pochettino, which I don't see myself, to be honest. I don't see him going.
No, I think he's not a happy bunny. But
which he said again this week.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Not happy. But I think he will stick it out till at least the end of the season. Yeah. But he's always been earmarked as potential United manager, and I would more than welcome him in.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were hoping, weren't they, if Jose goes, Poch comes to United. Yeah, which would be every United fan's dream, wouldn't it?
It would. It would be awesome.
So hopefully Jose goes nowhere.
You bastard.
But the other main one was Conte. Apparently Conte flew back from his holiday in Egypt to London, to Chelsea, to sort out his compo, which was, he was doing 9 million, but he was going to negotiate for 4, so he could take the Madrid job. But then there's someone else, a third, fourth name, I can't remember who it is now.
Martinez at Belgium.
Martinez, yes, that was the latest one, which I don't think he's strong enough. He's good enough, but he's not strong enough.
Yeah, because the jobs he's done, Wigan did a cracking job, Everton did a cracking job, but Everton, they're right slapped asses, Everton. I found they demand something. I know you're a Liverpool fan, you'll say that anyway. They demand something, they get it, and they're not happy again.
Well, that's age-old story, isn't it? I think
fans
back to Charlton Athletic, and look where they are now.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, look where they are now. And, countless other horror stories like that. Portsmouth, you could possibly say, maybe their fans weren't as vocal or ungrateful. But yeah, here's the other problem, okay? Why beneath Martinez, I wouldn't want him to go for it, because that name you uttered earlier, that filth, Sergio Ramos,
yes,
he's an absolute sod, because he's the one who fought for Lopetegui to come in. He's the one who went to the board, to Perez, and said, we need to get this guy in, he's good, blah, 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 from the Spain team. And now he's come out and sort of, stabbed him in the back.
Washed his hands.
Yeah. And said, I can't remember what his exact quote was, but he literally came out with something and said, there was a reason why it didn't work, and this, that, and the other. So I wouldn't wish it on Martinez.
No, I think he's too nice a guy.
Yeah.
I think, and that job, it's a thankless task. Pellegrini got 96 points and got binned. Toshak, or Del Boss, can't remember who it was, won the European Cup and got binned.
Yeah, so whoever decides to lift the poison chalice, we have no idea, Miguel, is the short and sweet answer.
Yeah, basically, mate, sorry for that.
Yeah. We just hope it's not Jose. That's, we'll put
but if it was, then you get it. No, I don't want Jose to go, but if the long and short was getting poaching, I think Spurs would go to shit. I think Spurs would get relegated if that happened.
They will, because somebody, again, it was a Spurs fan who put up on Twitter a 5-year plan of Spurs' demise.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, yeah. It was really funny to read, but it was quite believable as well. Yeah. Talking about all the debt they've got, the lack of signings. And all the rest, So, watch this space. So, Miguel, we have no idea. And are we really interested either? To be frank.
No, it's not on Sky, no.
Yeah.
11 Sports. 11 Sports. Who's got that as a channel? Nobody.
But anyway, I think we're going to leave it there. We're going to close there. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have any specific questions, do always get in touch via Twitter like Miguel did, or leave a comment like Jack did. Just do the basics. Yeah, leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow us at Fulltime Banter 7. During the international break, we'll be doing another film section on the top 5 westerns. So get watching those westerns. Let us know what they are. Have a think. And we shall see you next week. Have a good game week 11.
Cheers, guys.